Good morning, distinguished guests. We would like to thank you for joining us on this special occasion. What a wonderful way to celebrate 10 years. I would like to ask everyone to please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance led by Emily Talaveski, our student government president.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Everyone, please be seated.
It is with great pleasure that I introduce our principal, Mr. Christopher Shin, for some opening remarks and introduction of our distinguished guests.
What a great morning. ATM family, I better start looking down or I'll get off script real quick. Thank you for being here. Distinguished guests, friends, faculty members, thank you for joining us this morning as we celebrate our 10th year anniversary of Alonzo and Tracy Morning High. It is my sincere pleasure to first introduce our special guests who have joined us this morning. I would like to welcome the Honorable Dr. Martin Carter, Vice Chair of the School Board. Ms. Tracy Wilson Morning. Mr. Alonzo Morning. Ms. Sally Allion, Assistant Superintendent, also our founding principal. Mr. Louis Bello, Administrative Director of North Region. Ms. Lisa Garcia, Principal of Hialeah also former principal of Alonzo at Tracy Senior High School. Perfect time. We're going to try to get a battery. Dr. Adam Kaznitsky, Principal of Norman S. Edelcup K-8 Center. Miss Mary Kate Parton, Principal of David Lawrence. Mr. Bernard Osborne, Principal of John F. Kennedy. Ms. Stephanie Tudor, the Principal of Lawton Childs Middle School. Also with us is the Honorable Norman S. Edelcup, former Mayor of Sunny Isles Beach. Mr. Lou Thaler, the former Vice Mayor of Sunny Isles Beach. I'd also like to recognize and introduce the individuals who have orchestrated this ceremony. It doesn't just happen, and I think that we all know that. Our activities director, Ms. Paola Martinez, is done a fantastic part of the scenes. Our PTSA president, Ms. Leslie Galan. PTSA board members, Ms. Silvana Palalicio and Mike Nye. Perez. And a special thanks to our 10th year anniversary faculty committee that was headed up by Ms. Debbie Foster. This morning we come together as a community of family, friends, and educators to celebrate the 10-year anniversary of this great school, Alonzo and Tracy Morning Senior High, to celebrate a decade of excellence. I am so proud and honored to be a part of the 18 family. and serve as the principal of this great school.
I am privileged to have followed two dynamic leaders, Ms. Sally Allion, the school's founding principal, and Ms. Lisa Garcia. Thank you both for your labor of love. ATM has been blessed to have an amazing faculty and staff since it opened in 2009. We have had the continued support of our board member, Dr. Martin Karp, and the North Region office led by Mr. Jose Bueno, our region superintendent. Our school has benefited from the strong community partnerships which have developed over the past 10 years. And we have had an amazing PTSA from the inception of the school up until today. The support and collaboration that is shared amongst our feeder pattern schools, both Sunny Isles K-8 and David Lawrence K-8, has been vital to the success of our academic programs. And then there are the two individuals in which our school is named after, Alonzo and Tracy Moore, who have wholeheartedly embraced our students and our family. They are both actively involved with our student body, and we are so proud and honored to bear their names. But more importantly, Alonzo and Tracy, we are so proud and honored to have you part of our family. Thank you so much. So today is not only about celebrating our anniversary, but is also to recognize and give thanks to all of you for your contributions and commitment to ATM. You are all responsible for creating the foundation of this school, fostering a culture of academic excellence, and establishing rich traditions that will always serve as a beacon of light for the future generations of ATM students. You will all forever be embedded in the fabric of this great school. Now we're going to take a few minutes to talk about our fabric, because you are all wove our fabric. ATM has 5 distinguished academies: AP Capstone Program, the Academy of Hospitality and Tourism, the Academy of Information Technology, Academy of Law Studies, and Marine Science. Our Hospitality and Tourism Academy received the Stanford Will Award of Excellence, earning them as the distinction of being the #1 NAF Academy in the nation during 2015-16. Our Marine Science Academy maintains a very strong partnership with the Frost Museum to restore the mangroves along our beautiful Biscayne Bay. Our Academy of Law Studies has a strong partnership with the North Day Justice Center and the Patino Law Firm, which work very close with our outstanding mock trial students. And a special thanks to the Patino Law Firm and their support, and the vision of Ms. Garcia. That was the first thing, when I walked through these doors, I had a surprise. First of all, I saw this young guy, I'm off script, I saw this young guy running in front of the school as I'm parking, and he's about my height, and he's wearing shorts, and he's got a tank top, and he's buff, and he looks good. And I'm an old coach, and I'm thinking, I hope he's my quarterback. He comes in, he must have been about 20. I thought he was 17 and a senior. Must have been his first year teaching. He walks in my office, and he introduces himself, and I'm thinking, and he introduced himself, and he's a law teacher, and he says, I just want to make sure that you're going to follow through with Ms. Garcia's vision of establishing this courtroom. She gave us the go-ahead, but there's still a lot to do and a lot of commitment. And I said, if she said it's a go, it's a go. And today, because of the Patino Law Firm and Lisa Garcia, we have a state-of-the-art mock courtroom in our school. We're the only high school, one of the only high schools, few high schools that have that. So thank you. ATM offers 21 advanced placement courses and 11 dual enrollment offerings. Our advanced placement passing rate has been above both state and national average for the past 3 years. Since 2012, we have had over 400 students placed in summer internships. Since opening in 2009, we have been home to close to 5,000 students. Our student body is comprised of students who come from homes that speak at least 32 different home languages. And we have students that were born in 56 different countries. ATM has been ranked as one of the best high schools in America by the U.S. News and World Report. We have had a 92% graduation rate for the last 3 years, and on the average, our graduating class have been awarded over $5 million in scholarship money each graduation year, including 8 Posse Foundation Scholars, 7 Questbridge Scholars, and 2 Gates Millennium Scholars since the first graduating class. In athletics, we have won 3 GMAC championships, 3 GMAC divisional championships, 27 district championships, 6 regional championships, and a state individual championship. 2. 2. These accolades are just the tip of the iceberg. And we could sit here all day and talk about the successes of our students, of our faculty and staff in every school. We all have so much to be proud of, and our future looks bright. It looks real bright. And I know that sometime in the future, none of us will be here. But this school and the community will be celebrating the 25th, the 50th, maybe the 100th year anniversary, like they do at some of the historical schools in our state and county. And when they're celebrating, it's all going to come back. It's all going to come back to the labor and love of all the individuals that are with us here today. Thank you all so much for being part of the ATM family. Thank you.
At this time, I would like to invite our school board member, Dr. Martin Karp, to the podium to share a few words with us.
Mr. Shin, I thought you were talking about me, with that guy running up. But that's okay. I'll recover from that. Anyway, first to the students, I think you were maybe some of you in preschool or kindergarten or first grade when this whole amazing thing unfolded. So I think the message from that is, and I heard Miss Allion say it, my, how time flies. And I think just to jump from that line to the next would be, we need to not sweat the small stuff and just appreciate each and every day, because it's the bigger picture that we need to focus on. If we think about each and every day, some of the small things, and we get worked up over that, we can't do that because time moves on so quickly that we just need to look at the big picture. And being here today is, to me, more about the big picture, what has happened in the last 10 years, which is very special and quite remarkable. I do want to acknowledge the administrations that have served here in this capacity and have done such a great job, to the educators who each and every day give so much of themselves to make a difference in the lives of our children, to the PTSA, which is a remarkable group of people, and you don't see that at every school, and it's totally appreciated, and we thank you for everything that you've done. To the city of Sunny Isles Beach, been an amazing partner in our public schools, and we are grateful for that. To the city of North Miami, they have also been tremendous advocates. When I first came on board, they agreed to work with us in putting together 5 different schools, either moving the campuses or creating the schools. And so I fondly remember the mayor and commission from those times as well. To the mornings, you've spoken so often, not just at graduations, but elsewhere, about faith and your belief in God and being strong. And I think those messages are so important to the kids when you speak and the way you carry yourselves and what you represent, your involvement in the community. You don't even have to talk. It's your actions that really make a difference for all of us. So I want to thank you for that and making this an even more special place. So to be a part of this is just really a privilege for me. because it's been a total team effort from the very first day that Sally opened the door to all of the support that everyone has given. This is a school that people look at very fondly and talk about throughout the school district, and with all of the things that you heard Mr. Shin talk about, it's for very good reason. Terrific programs, terrific people, tremendous support in the community. It all comes together to make Alonzo and Tracy Morning Senior High the outstanding school that it is. So to be here for 10 years, maybe we'll be here in the next 10 years to celebrate again, right? Let's be optimistic, you know. I'm not saying you're going to be the principal. Maybe you're going to. Maybe you're not. Mr. Bello, I don't know, help me out on that. But whatever it is, we do have to take. Let's make a deal. We do have to take the opportunity to, when there is a chance to celebrate special moments, to make sure that we do. So thank you, and I'll close with this. When I walked up, everybody kept saying, good morning, good morning, good morning. You said great morning. And I'm thinking, maybe we ought to just change that to M-O-U-R-N-I-G, like the British, right? Put the U in there. It is a great morning to be at Morning High. Thank you very much.
Thank you for all your support, Dr. Carp. And now it is a great honor for us to welcome two very special individuals, Mr. and Mrs. Alonzo and Tracy Morning, for some words of reflection.
I don't think we need this, do we?
I think everybody can hear us, right?
Yeah. Good.
Good morning, family.
Good morning.
Tracy and I are truly honored to be here to celebrate the 10th year anniversary of Alonzo and Tracy Morning Senior High School. We're just a little over 10 years ago when Sally Allion, her hair was a little longer back then. Looking at some of those pictures.
And darker.
It was just a little over 10 years ago when Sally was the principal at the time and preparing to open this campus for the students. And now, here we are 10 years later commemorating the excellence that lives inside these walls. I was thinking this morning how appropriate it is that the school's tagline is inspiring excellence. Ironically, this is how this whole story starts, with one person, then another, and then another is inspiring and expecting excellence from me as well as Tracy. I can trace the beginning of this chronology to Miss Fannie Threet, my foster mom, who instilled in me the importance of education. Ms. Threet was a retired school teacher and a crossing guard who lived a glorious 98 years. As I mentioned, she was a teacher, which means there was a lot of learning going on in my life. There are three things, or seeds as I would like to call them, that she planted in me that continue to grow and bear fruit in my life today. The idea of charity, the value of education, and purposeful sacrifice. Ms. Threet showed me that we are blessed to be a blessing to others. She fostered 49 children in her lifetime. She was blessed and truly a blessing to many. Because I was a talented basketball player and an avid learner, doors opened up for me that under different circumstances I may not have had access to. Those doors ushered in opportunities and authentic relationships that helped move me along in life. There are people from all walks of life, whether it's coaches, those of you all that carry these titles in here, coaches, teachers, friends, relatives, teammates, professors, and others who contributed to my overall well-being. They all helped me take advantage of the opportunities presented to me at various points in my life. Because of those people and the relationships I developed and maintained, I was able to play the game of basketball and perform at a very high level. This gave me access and a platform to be able to be a blessing to others through my work, my words, and my deeds. From this space, the Mourning Family Foundation and the Overtown Youth Center was born. Both of these endeavors have a sincere approach to helping others in this community and around the world through self-improvement, self-empowerment, and giving others access to necessary resources. Because both Tracy and I were raised to value education, we continue to be extremely moved to have a school bear. We're extremely, moved to have a school bear our name. It's a tremendous honor. We never sought this out at all. But having a school named after us was a byproduct of our efforts to improve life in this beautiful city that we live in for the citizens, especially the young people, through our foundation and the youth center. Having said that, we absolutely recognize that the best part of this school is not the name that it bears, but the work that goes inside this building. The world-class education that our students receive here is what is most excellent. It's the school's 92% graduation rate, which is 9% above the national average. That's what excites us. It is the positive culture here, the amazing, flourishing educational environment that is the real magic that goes on in the school. The real heroes, the folks who really deserve the recognition, are the teachers, the staff, as well as the administration of this fine school. Tracy and I are just the name. You all are the soul of the work, and for that, we are grateful for the work that you put in. I want to acknowledge Sally Allion, again, who was the principal back in 2009. We opened the school together, and she was an integral part of the early days. I also want to acknowledge Ms. Lisa Garcia and our current principal, Mr. Shin, whose leadership has helped the school continue to progress and perform. To all the teachers and the staff who pour everything they have in our students on a daily basis, we thank you. We would not be able to educate the future or our future without each and every one of you. We honor all of your efforts and salute you on this 10th anniversary of our school. You all are the real MVPs. They say that you can tell a tree by the fruit it bears. From those seeds Miss Threek planted many, many years ago, our school was born, and it bears the fruit of excellence. Like Principal Shin said, the U.S. News and World Report said that our school is one of the best high schools in the country. The Washington Post reported that our school is America's most challenging high school. We know that we are graduating more students than the national average in our country. We are doing great things here. Excellent work at Alonzo and Tracy Mourning Senior High. I ask you all to keep striving and keep inspiring excellence. God bless you all. Thank you.
Everything that Alonzo said, I echo from my heart as well. 10 years ago, I had no idea, we had no idea what God had planned. When Mr. Karp and I had a conversation, we were on the phone, and he was telling me that, you know what, we'd like to put your names in the hat to have a school named after you. And I was like, are you sure? And you shared a story with me. You told me about how your father wouldn't be who he is or who he was without your mom, and the importance of making sure that my name was a part of this ceremony. And at the time, I didn't realize the depth of exactly what you were saying. I knew in my heart my contribution, but when you said that to me, that was such a beautiful reminder that you recognize that your family wouldn't be what it is without the contribution of everyone. And that goes to be the same for everyone in this school. I've had the pleasure of being principal of the day. Greatest experience ever. We have the best students on the planet. The most outgoing students. My girl back there, I had the pleasure of walking in the fashion show with her. So I get asked often, would you, and my friends and I talk about this, would you like to go back to high school or would you like to go back to college? And the answer is always no. I'm so glad we're done with that part. But being able to come back to ATM and participate, I feel like I get an opportunity to live that dream continuously of learning. And growing up, to have a love for learning was everything. And that's what we want to encourage you all to do, to have a love for learning. When you all walk out of these doors, it's really amazing to us when individuals come up to us and say, hey, we went to ATM. And there was even one young lady who went to my university and someone that's gone to Alonzo's University, Howard University, and Georgetown University, both amazing schools. But to know that there are individuals in this world that are walking around with this name on their shoulders and their backs, I get emotional thinking about it, because when we were in your seats, we had no idea what God had planned for our lives. And that's what I want every student here to understand, that God's plans are bigger than anything you can imagine. It might not always work out exactly the way you want it to, but you have to trust that it will always work out. That's how good God is. And I stand before you, thank you. I stand before you as a witness in telling you that God is real and God is good. And with God, you make it through everything. That's the foundation of this school. That's the foundation of our community. And life is about serving. It's about giving back. Because when you do that, it's not just the individuals that you're blessing that get blessed. It's you. You know, all the time we receive a lot of accolades. This is the greatest accolade we could have ever received. But we receive a lot of praise for the work that we do. But at the end of the day, we recognize it's not by ourselves. It's with amazing angels that God has placed in our lives. And I want every student in here to understand that through everything, you're not by yourself. You can make it through. Giving up is not an option. Because if that were the case, I would have given up a long time ago when Mr. Cart made that call. And I just want to say thank you to all of you. Principal Shen, you're like a brother, a family member, you know, someone that I feel very close to all of our principals. Ms. Garcia, Ms. Allion are my social media friends as well. And we have the greatest teachers on the planet. And boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, understand that there are only a certain number of seats at the table. And understand that you all are at those seats because you have something greater that's calling on your life. Thank you all. This is amazing. Keep shining, keep handling your business, because we've only just begun. Thank you.
It's been 10 years now. So the next time we show up here, we need to have a taller podium. We have my name on it. You know how tall I am, so no more short podium.
Thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Morning. We would now like to share a brief video presentation created by Mr. Lampard and the students in his TV production program.
excitement, Alonzo and Tracy Morning Senior High Biscayne Bay campus opened its doors on August 24th, 2009, inspiring excellence.
Well, it's a tremendous honor to know that for the rest of your life, there's going to be a school named after you.
High school is just such a special time. You know, it's memories that you create forever, and it really is that it's like a transitional period where, you know, you are becoming the person you're going to be for the rest of your life, and you've only just begun.
Really lucky to be here because it's like a very peaceful and fun environment at the same time. Educational, I've actually learned new things like time management. I have extracurricular activities. I get to do certain things. I have friends and yeah.
ATM, I feel is like a school that takes a community of different races where a bunch of people can come together from different backgrounds and can talk and see about their history and who they are and what they are and what they feel about themselves.
ATM just gave me such a strong support system, not only of amazing friends, but also mentors who, without them, I just wouldn't be blessed to be where I am today.
Back to the podium for a special presentation.
So I learned a new, when I first got here 2.5 years ago, there's a phrase that I heard quite a bit. I heard it more and more, at least once a day. Somebody, I'm going to say the first word. I know.
Sally Alley.
Parents and community. Sally is the most popular person I've ever met. I thought she was popular in high school. Oh my gosh. She's got so many friends and fans. I know Sally too. It's really made an impact on where we are today, and everyone that she's been a part of our lives, relationships. I go back to one of the most important things I believe as a leader is building relationships. And I know that Sally has fostered so many relationships here at the school, and it's Alonzo, we were talking, he asked me, what's the secret? It's the inclusive environment, it's the inclusiveness that's been created here. It's the culture that's been embedded in the school. And that's because of the relationships. So it was 10 years, I'm going to go back to my script. It was 10 years ago in August when Sally, along with Alonzo and Tracy, sat right here in this media center with the faculty and staff to prepare for the opening of the very first day of school here. Now, I wasn't here. I read an article and I spoke to folks. But I could only imagine that special and unique feeling of being part of the founding team. It's not often that one is given the opportunity to open a school. As a teacher, as a support staff, as an administrator. That special bond that was created among those pioneers of ATM. Their vision, their labor of love carries us. It serves as a beacon of light. And as a founding principal, Sally created a vision. She created a vision to inspire excellence among all. Sally, your love and labor positively has impacted Alonzo and Tracy Morning High in so many ways. Your legacy has been written into the fabric of our school and will always serve as a beacon of light so that we all inspire excellence. At this time, I'm going to ask you to come up and I'd like to present something to you. On behalf of the entire ATM family, community, student body, I would like to officially dedicate the Media Center in your honor. As of today, March 12, 2019, I officially declare that our Media Center here at Alonzo and Tracy Morning High be named in honor of Sally J. Allen. The Sally J. We're gonna post this at the entrance to our Media Center and change the logo that's above the door. You inspire, a set of lines, a set of logos, inspiring excellence, and you inspire all of us to continue to inspire excellence. So now, I turn the podium over to Miss Allen.
No script, but, wow. Thank you. Now I really am speechless. That really didn't. Said to my husband last night, I didn't, by the way, he's here. I started to write a little script. I said, how do I write a script? I just need to speak. I need to speak. So first of all, again, I thank everybody who was a part of this beautiful, beautiful event. Look at this. Oh my gosh. I mean, you know, when they called me and said, we're going to do something for the 10-year anniversary. I thought, that's nice. Just something small, well, but in true Alonzo and Tracy Morning fashion, and the people who were here from the beginning, this is what they do. So thank you for putting this beautiful event together today. And I know there's other parts that follow this week. I'll say a couple of things. I always think of, you know, we say Alonzo and Tracy Morning, but we have to revert back and laugh a little bit with, we carry the name QQQ1 for so long. I started to think that might be it, but we got better. And I'm going to get to that in just a minute. But so many people to thank. And again, Dr. Karp, thank you. I've had the fortune of working with Dr. Karp since my first principalship at Highland Oaks Middle School. And I mean, talk about an advocate for children, an overall supporter for teachers, administrators, and everything that we do in this district. And he was right there by our side the whole time that we were moving from the dirt up. So thank you, Dr. Clark, for all of those years. And I thank our superintendent, though he's not here today. Mr. Carvalho was here from the get-go also, from the start of this school, and just a big, big supporter, continues to be a big supporter, not only obviously of this school, but of all of our schools. We could have done it, and we have the city here today of Sunny Isles Beach, and the school sits in North Miami, but serves 4 different cities. I thought, gosh, that's a pretty big job that I'm going to have to do. I've worked with 4 cities, but we have the town of Golden Beach, Sunny Isles Beach, the city of North Miami, and the city of North Miami Beach. So really all 4 have contributed in different ways to make the school what it is. District staff, now that I work at the district, I really do see the work from that lens of what goes into all of the schools. I mean, we couldn't have done it without all the different departments down there really helping us to get this school off the ground. And of course, to our region today, thank you, Mr. Bello, for being here today, representing the region. And to Chris and Lisa, I'll say thank you, because I only got started, you just kept carrying it on. So there's so many people here today, and I really can't go through each one, but we have people who have retired and who are here today, who came in from Gainesville, different places to be here, way down in South Miami. I can't go through the feeder principals. I look at Mr. Osborne. We started working out of his school. We started I started at the region at the time, and then I moved to Carroll City Senior, where I interviewed many of you, and then we ended up the last few months at David Lawrence K-8. So thank you for that. And of course, the teachers. My gosh, I could go on and on, because I'll tell you what, people would say through the years, oh, you've done such a great job. I said, me, nothing, it's this team, and we've talked about that. And it is the team that we started from the beginning, and it has carried on to 10 years later. It is still here. And we look at the students, and I'll talk a little bit more about the students in just a minute, but that's really why we're here. And PTA, Kathy was our founding PTA president, and she's I said, we'll see about that. 2 years, I'm going to be done. We'll see about that. 3 years, I'm done. Anyway, she was the PTSA president with me for all 4 years that I was here. So, thank you. The PTA who's here today, thank you. My gosh. Again, you see how the tradition just has continued. And then to the mornings. And I have to say something, how special. We went from QQQ1 to what a lovely, lovely name on the building, so deserved. And when I first met them, it was, we were in the building here, and I remember they came in, and we sat down, and they both looked at me, and they said, wow, I don't know, I kind of don't know how, what do I do? They said to me, and I said, well, don't worry, what do I do with your name on this building? And from that point on, we knew we were going to work really well together. So to Alonzo and Tracy, thank you, because it's been an honor, still an honor, to have your name on this building. So thank you for that, for being such a big part of this. Again, I could go on and on. A couple of things, when you open a brand new school, it is exciting because you can hire people and everything's brand new and so forth, but a lot of stresses do come with it. And I said, the only way we're going to get through these challenges is to hire the right team. So we would get questions like, Ms. Allion, is the building going to be ready? Is it going to be ready? Ms. Allion, are you ever going to have a name on your building? And then I was getting to the point where we had students, because remember, we had students in other schools who were going to transfer in, and they already had a good year in another location. We had to bring them in and assure them and assure the parents we're going to have everything for them. Questions from like, will you have AP classes? Will you have ESE classes? Will you have a JROTC? All these questions that really challenged me to make sure that our team worked very hard to put everything out, to give every single opportunity to these students, and to this day, they're still getting. Every year, we just grow and grow. So together, we really went through those stresses. The building was done on time. We made it, hence 10 years later, gets better and better every year. One of the things that was really exciting, I think, for the students, the challenging also, is we started with just 9th and 10th grade. So it's easy and it's difficult. So the 9th, and think of this, students, when the 9th and 10th graders, that's all we had. So we would walk around and say, you're our juniors and seniors. You're the leaders. You're going to put this school on the map. We have to get busy. We're going to put all these opportunities out there, and you have to embrace them. You have to get moving. And you know what? They did. They did. Our teachers did. And to this day, we all still do it. We talk about 92% graduation rate, and we all work hard to get there. But students, and students who were from the first graduating class, we've had 7 graduations now, going on our 8th coming up this June. So, and just think where these students have gone. Some have gone on to become teachers. Molly, this last year's Teacher of the Year, one of her students from our first grade graduating class is a teacher. Karen Fernandez, she's Teach for America. Adam, another one of our students, he graduated. Adam, he's teaching at North Miami Beach Senior High right now from the second graduating class. But to think that we have many Shark alumni already out there through all these years, and they're out there and they're putting the name, continuing to put the name of this school on the map. So we really, I couldn't be more proud to stand here today. This is really overwhelming for me. But again, what an opportunity. I thank everybody who's here today. And I always said it, once a shark, always a shark. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Allion, for everything you have done to make our school special. And now please join me in welcoming our Morning High Chorus to perform our alma mater.
On Biscayne Bay our school resides, towering proudly towards the sky, helping inspire our minds and hearts, morning senior high. Brothers and sisters, hand in hand, voices united in this land, joyful and proud our memories chant, morning senior high. On the threshold of life we stand, and choose which way to go. You will shine your guiding light, a beacon